Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. To help support us, click that like button and make sure to hit subscribe. I'm here with Karen Jot at Boom Pro Wrestling. Where did the inspiration for the character come from for you?
For me, it came from just my aspiration and just joy of the storytelling aspect and always being drawn by the larger than life characters, and that's why a big part of being Karen Jot, being the benevolent Karen Jot, and then KJ, short version for it, is because I've always just been drawn by, of course, the storytelling aspect of it. So that's why I always try to express my personality more so than anything else.
So you've utilized your social media to show off that personality. Who is your biggest inspiration on the mic for those promo skills?
Specifically for the mic, it would have to be The Rock. Because he's always just had that ability to be so comfortable on the microphone and stuff like that, and how he would just control the audience. And even as well as even in later years, John Cena, CM Punk as well, because just how eloquent they are just at speaking. And of course, even guys throwback back in the day, Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. So yeah, I've always looked at promos as the most important aspect in wrestling, in my opinion. But again, I think that my opinion's correct. Yeah. That's what the benevolent Karen Jot thinks and knows.
I'm not going to argue that at all. I believe you. That's where the storytelling comes into play. And anyone can wrestle, but can anyone cut a promo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's the one thing you can't really teach. You can't teach showmanship or charisma.
Yeah. And you're showcasing that all over the place.
Yeah.
Awesome. So just 23 years old, you've already debuted and performed at promotions like NEW, Boom, ASW. What are your future goals in the local scene?
Apart from the local scene, it would just to be working for more well-known promotions like DEFY, which I did get the opportunity to do last year at the Lariat Bar, last summer. So that was a really cool opportunity. So I'm just looking probably into trying to get more opportunities with that. Doing more of shows that they do in the summertime this year. So it would definitely be DEFY and Wrestle Prestige, because they're home based, I believe, in Portland. So to get on more well-known promotions. So
not just stick in the local Vancouver area, but the outskirts.
Well, also just to make it clear, because I'm an American citizen as well. So so I have dual citizenship. So I've been able to go around the U.S. a little bit more. So that's where you mainly get a lot of the opportunities. I mean, Canada is still very good, but U.S. there's something about the economy that's a lot stronger there. And I say that as a proud American.
Okay, so you probably are given a lot more opportunities as a proud American in that region. What brought you to Vancouver then?
I've lived here since I was a kid. So even though I was born in Sacramento, California, but I moved here when I was a little kid, so when I was 6 years old. So I kind of still trained here and grew up here. Trained at the Lions Gate Dojo, so by Nicole Matthews, Tony Baroni, Suede and Artemis Spencer. So I'm almost about 3 years in.
So you've talked about your trainers. Talk about your time in general at the Lions Gate Dojo and how that's helped you form this benevolent character.
Yeah, probably just getting more of the freedom to find open time to just work on stuff. But mostly I find a lot of just maybe my character stuff at home, where we'll kind of learn different moves and stuff like that, at the dojo and stuff, and still learn a lot about psychology, which I've learned a lot from Tony about, having that confidence and just working a lot on just even basic psychology, but just wrestling psychology in general. And so that's really helped a lot. So at the
Lions Gate Dojo, they have this Sports Entertainment Championship. You held that title for over 580 days. Talk to me a little bit about that. I don't really know much about it. Tell me about that title and what that reign meant to you as well. Yeah, so of course I recently just lost it back in March, but it's basically a student show championship that we carry around. In our dojo, we would hold student showcase matches for newer students coming up and stuff. So I had done many of them, and then it was just one of those things that organically catched on and kind of became my showcase and where I could really showcase my talent and skills, and really grow my confidence and trash talk other promoters that maybe wouldn't give me opportunities. So that's what I would really use that platform for, to really show other promoters my value.
Yeah. And Lionsgate gave you that opportunity, and now you can say, I have this, title, I have this opportunity. Now I can show the world what I can do.
Yes.
What's the most valuable piece of information that you gained? You touched a little bit about what you've learned from Tony. Is there one piece that you carry that really holds true to you?
Always keep yourself engaging with the audience. This is one of the things as it goes to like psychology and everything, because you always want to keep the audience engaged in what you're doing. So I think is like, because of course that being someone who was very naturally just like a soft-spoken person and like hard to find that confidence, but like eventually I was, week after week and after a long period of time finding that confidence. So it was like, it'd always be keeping engagement with the audience and always making sure that they're engaged in what you're doing and like not getting bored or anything like that. Because as soon as you lose them, then they're not going to be there.
Is there anyone locally you take inspiration from to like keep that audience engaged?
If I looked at locally, I guess this is just me coming from, because I'm a big WWE watcher, but if I looked at it on the local scene, like Fergie, Mr. Fergie would have to be definitely, because he's got a very strong character and a very strong personality that really gets heat from the crowd, and like, so he's someone to me I definitely look as like someone who really interacts a lot with the audience, and the audience, like regardless of whether he has like quality matches or so, but it's just like it's this specifically his character and his personality that really keeps you engaged with him, and like he is really good at getting the audience to react to him. So he's definitely someone, Mr. Fergie. I sure do appreciate you, Mr. Fergie. I hope you appreciate your benevolent Karen Jot right here.
And before we hit record, you were talking about some acting stuff that you wanted to mention as well.
Yeah, so because of course, like as it contributes a lot to wrestling, acting, I really have found like a deep like passion for acting, and like that's just something I'm looking into personally doing more of, and like later on this year. So and as well as trying to get out to maybe getting like working to get film and TV opportunities is what I'm going to be studying. So of course this all comes with being a sports entertainer as well. So I know a lot of you may not like that, but you know what? It is what it is.
Awesome. And where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me on social media on Instagram at KarenJot_entertainer, and you can find me on Twitter KarenJot_KJ.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
Yes, I would like to add that I'm the most benevolent Karen Jot KJ superstar you will ever see in this scene, and I would also like to say that I'm truly, without question, the most charismatic performer that the scene has to offer.